Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for, well, I definitely think this is for Moon Goddess, for a divine feminine, a goddess of the moon who is figuring out who she is. So this feels to me like somebody who is kind of like getting their groove back or falling in love with who they truly are. There's like a really soothing kind of energy that's coming from these two cards that somebody is kind of relaxing into not really caring what other people think. So let's get some more. We'll call in spirit with some wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I think, let's see, I think the Metamuse is a fun place to start. Oh, wait, no, actually, I want to do the Fairy Lenormand first. So let's see what we have for you. We have number 33, the key, and number 19, the tower. Ooh, not quite yet. We've got somebody, I think, realizing how to achieve true stability, maybe even establishing their own business. I feel like this is somebody who has maybe spent a little bit more time than they wanted to in a job that they didn't enjoy, but it provided the kind of financial stability that they couldn't really replace easily. And yet they've been pulled towards a different direction here. It could be leveraging what you did in a different way. And I feel like this is somebody realizing this isn't what I want to do forever, but I can leverage this and something that I am like innately good at and create something of my own. Interesting. So for some of you, you may be tempted to like sell something that you can bottle or open a restaurant because I heard secret sauce. But this could also just be you have some sort of insight that's valuable in a certain industry or a certain like marketing opportunity. But with this tree and the Bible ish looking book, which can often basically mean that you have secrets or some sort of wisdom that not a lot of people have. There's something here about what you've been through or what you've learned that's made you more courageous, made you more bold, but also something that could help others. So you may be tempted to write a book, you may be tempted to um, try to sell your art or produce, you know, a music album. There's something here about like your experience being useful to other people if you were to find a way to share it with, large numbers of people. So if you've been pulled towards that, definitely do a little bit of looking or a little bit of research to see what kind of options there are. Oh, hello, Emma. How are you doing? All right. We've got Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and Ace of Cups. So this is basically saying to me that you may have found it getting more difficult to have success in a role that you've had success for a long time. And it seems to be like kind of naturally slowing down, or maybe even in some ways abruptly, and nudging you towards this other opportunity. This is like somebody realizing they don't really care to do real estate anymore and deciding, well, let's use the example from before. I'm going to open up a taco stand because we don't have good enough tacos and I make a mean taco. There's something here about there being a passion at the root of this pivot. Like you're inspired to do something because it's something that you really enjoy doing and you know you're pretty good at it. And it might feel a little bit uncomfortable or awkward, but I feel like part of why whatever you used to do is kind of tapering off is to kind of make it feel less awkward for you. So we have the Five of Wands and the Four of Wands. Interesting. This feels like you have fought the good fight in a difficult career. You have gained some sort of expertise or notoriety in a good way, a reputation that demonstrates you've got some wisdom thanks to actual experience, right? Hello there, Info Entertainment. We've got somebody who's reached a milestone here because they stayed committed despite difficult competition. I feel like you would have had to deal with a lot of people that doubted your ability to get the job done. Maybe you were, like me, a female in a male dominated industry, or maybe you were dealing with kind of like an old school mentality and you were trying to bring in more of a new school mentality. There's something here about you having achieved what you needed to, learned what you needed to in that particular situation or career. And now you're maybe doing a little bit of like budgeting in a conservative way because you feel like it might be the right time to make a move. Thank you. All right, let's see. We have the Hanged Man and Princess of Wands. There's stagnation or a feeling of things not moving forward for you right now because you don't have that passion or that desire to pursue this thing that you were doing before. So it's like almost as if you've come to the end of a road and you have to turn right or left and you don't have the map and your phone battery's dead. So you're just kind of like, well, shit, what do I feel like? Where's the wind going? How do I handle this? There's like a mystery in terms of in terms of what do I do next? And with the moon coming out right as I said that, it's in the reverse. I feel like there's maybe some inner conflict going on for you where you're concerned that if you do this thing that you really want to do, what are the consequences? What are people going to think about you? Who's going to have, a very particular opinion? There's a lot of thinking, a lot of inner turmoil right now. There's, with the Tower in the reverse, a different perspective that you're seeing. But I also feel like this is communicating the like tower with a capital T kind of thing. So if you had been avoiding making this change because it felt too real, too difficult, maybe it wasn't the right time, there are situations where you are given the opportunity to remove yourself from something toxic or something that isn't right for you anymore, whether it's a relationship or a job. And if you don't take that opportunity, then that situation is basically taken from you. In other words, you can rip the band aid off yourself or have surgery later. So I feel like this is one of those situations where if you haven't already felt like you've lost what you have been working on, it may get to that point if you don't choose to pivot in the direction I feel like you know you're supposed to move. Six of Wands, decidedly sideways. Interesting too, because we have the 4, 5, 6 of wands right here in a triangle. And I feel like this is conveying some sort of doubt as to whether or not you can do what you want to do and be successful in it, or if you would get the kind of recognition that you want. I totally agree with that. What's meant to be is meant to be, right? So I feel like maybe somebody's still a little bit stuck in the matrix in terms of really focused on mitigating risk and analyzing the situation and not really doing the let's move forward and think about how things will go after I get there because it feels really unnatural. I get it. I totally get it. I like to plan things out. But there are times where you have to accept the challenge to be, living life a little bit dangerously because that's how you get rewarded when you actually take those big risks that you think could pay off in a way that actually benefits you and helps you grow as a person. That's where you get this Four of Wands, new milestone, leveling up, bossing up kind of situation, right? We have the Devil in the reverse and the Three of Swords. You've gained some mental strength or reclaimed courage because you were able to overcome something that was really like it broke your heart. This is something that would have made you cry or made you feel that somebody had really done the most, it's something you wouldn't have expected them to do. There's a situation where you had to basically look yourself in the mirror and say, do I want to keep doing this thing and continue to be disappointed, or do I want to make a change and cut out this situation that is making my life difficult? Because we have the tree here. I feel like you've gained strength as a result of addressing whatever this codependency or fear, whatever this was that you had to, extricate from your life or remove from your perspective. You did it. And I think it helped you realize that you had been stagnant as a result of not dealing with whatever that was. And it helped you understand that there were also things you maybe didn't want to pursue anymore, things that you didn't really want to invest in anymore. That's an interesting question. Huh. Well, I don't think we actually have that here, but oddly enough, I did, work on my high school newspaper, so that's cool. We have the King of Pentacles clarifying the Princess of Wands in the reverse. I think this is somebody deciding to do something, possibly like opening their own business or, starting their own restaurant, something that puts you in charge and makes you able to basically collect more of the actual revenue that you generate instead of working for someone else. Maybe it's even like a partnership with somebody, maybe you and your, cousin open a bar together, something like that. We're going to continue with the Egyptian tarot. Well, if you were the moon goddess or goddess of the moon, you would already know. This would just be confirmation. All right, we have the Knight of Swords. This is fast moving energy. So I feel like for some of you, there could have been a layoff or a job that drastically changed, something that you felt. This could also be a relationship. There was some change with regards to something or someone that had been in your life for a long time with the Six of Cups. You felt comfortable there. You didn't feel like things needed to change necessarily quite yet, but it wasn't, exciting. And then with this Knight of Swords, I feel like there was something that made it very clear to you that you would not necessarily want to keep on doing that or be able to keep on doing that. Now we have the Queen of Swords underneath the Six of Wands. This is a repeating message. Holy shit, you guys. That's cool. King and Queen of Swords coming out together. But we have the King of Swords in the reverse. So this is telling me, because the Queen of Swords is all about standing up for boundaries or standing your ground, doing what's right for you, I feel like your Six of Wands, your success, is dependent upon your willingness to choose the right course of action for yourself and have the ability to cut out things in your life that you know are not right for you anymore. Now, with the Chariot being clarified by the King of Swords in the reverse, I feel like there might be somebody that tries to knock you off course here with really like rude words, basically. They're going to potentially tell you, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, you don't have the skills, you don't have the mindset, something along those lines. It could be somebody close to you, like a parent or a sibling, but I feel like, honestly, or even a spouse, I feel like this is more so set out of fear and maybe even a little bit of jealousy, because for the King of Swords to be in the reverse, this is misinformation or manipulation of information or trying to maybe even gaslight somebody. So I wouldn't listen to an angry person telling you you can't do something, basically. We have the Eight of Cups. This is you walking away from something that no longer serves you or someone, because it's under the Devil in the reverse. You've been able to walk away from something that was holding you back. We have the Knave of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles, and I see this as a new start. Somebody who has the insights to actually like move forward, plan, and then execute on a situation that looks like basically a brand new beginning, a new project, a new job, a new something. And then with the Knave of Pentacles, we have Justice in the reverse and Knave of Wands. Interesting. So after this opportunity, and let's assume you take this opportunity, or maybe you're even just doing something on the side while you're still doing your old job, just trying to, make sure you plan or budget. There's going to be something that feels difficult with it. The Justice card in the reverse. There's going to be something that upsets you. And it's going to make it even more clear to you that you need this new beginning, or that you need to invest your time and energy in a better way, or in a way that seems more authentic to what you want to actually do with your time, right? And then when this kind of dust settles, you get good news that basically kind of like balances out whatever this injustice is. This could even be just like a trigger or like something that reminds you of somebody betraying you, and then you get, a promotion, you get a contract, you get a gift, something like that, that really makes things easier for you. And with the Ten of Swords in the reverse, helps you work through whatever like struggle or betrayal you're trying to move past. All right, we'll continue with the Tarot de la Nuit. We have the Ten of Wands in the reverse as hidden energy. So I feel like for most of you, you don't realize that there's something right around the corner that's going to help you put down some of the burdens that you don't deserve to be held responsible for. So if there's people in your life or maybe like a job that is basically expecting too much from you and it's unfair, that shit's about to stop. So we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Ten of Wands came back out in the reverse again. And the Ten of Cups. That's interesting. So this is like when you realize what is preventing you from doing right by yourself, what is not letting you be authentically you with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Once you figure that out and Ten of Wands in the reverse, cut it out of your life and remove that burden, then we have the Ten of Cups coming in, which is one of the happier cards you can really have. This is like, you know, happy life, white picket fence, all of that stuff. We have the King of Swords in the upright. I like where this is going. Okay. And the Eight of Swords, kind of sideways. So I feel like there's somebody here that's working to change their perspective. And I feel like that could be you in terms of, well, maybe I could make this work. Maybe I could be a famous drummer. So we have Eight of Wands, another 8. So you may be saying 888 or 88. We have Eight of Wands and Nine of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you're going to get communication that offers you some sort of dream opportunity. This could be in love or in work. I feel like it's more so something you're passionate about, a project you'd be able to work on that would be really fun for you, or like something you would be excited to, you know, sign on the dotted line for. Is that a frog? All right. We have Page of Swords in the reverse. This makes me feel like this is not something you're going to apply for, not something that you're going to find online. I think it finds you, like it just plops into your lap. And it's karmic justice. You deserve a win, right? So you're going to get some sort of opportunity that feels too good to be true. And I think it's actually just like your prize for being you. Yeah, we have the Magician here. You may have manifested this. So if you've been thinking really hard about a different kind of work, owning a business, something along those lines, you may have actually manifested this. So don't you dare miss that opportunity, okay? Because this Ten of Pentacles wanted to flip around and make sure you saw it in the upright, which means this is going to be a prosperous situation for you. We have Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So for some of you, don't give up. You may have something that feels kind of like a false start. Remember we had over here Justice in the reverse. You may start this project or get started and then have some sort of difficulty or bad news come in. And then after that, you immediately get good news. So if there's a false start or something that feels like it's kind of working against you, keep moving, have faith. You're going to have that situation turn around. All right, we'll continue with the Everyday Tarot. We have the Hermit in the reverse and the Chariot in the reverse. This is next to the Princess of Wands in the reverse and also looks very similar. Oops. In terms of just like the kind of stance that they're both taking. So I feel like what we have is somebody that's realizing they are not inspired by what they have been doing and that a change would do them good. And there's a sense here that you're also not necessarily like working under a mentor or doing something that someone has done before, I kind of take this Hermit and Chariot in the reverse, not necessarily to say that you don't have the inertia or the forward moving energy. More so, I think there's not a path here. I think you might be doing something that somebody hasn't done before, or creating a new genre, like whoever decided to create reality television, but better. All right, we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. That's so interesting because we have the King of Pentacles right here in the upright. Nine of Wands in the reverse and Four of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is saying you've got to really be cautious in terms of feeling like you should give up because you haven't reached a particular milestone within a particular, time frame. I mean, you've got to be obviously financially solvent or, intelligent. But with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, I feel like there's something here that you might potentially fall into where you're kind of holding yourself back and saying, well, that wasn't successful in a month, so I guess I can't do that. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the World and the Seven of Cups. Okay. So this is also kind of a warning here for you with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. There is absolutely a business opportunity here. You might actually own the business or, be a partner in it, but you're going to have several things that will come across your plate in terms of opportunities. You're going to have to use your intuition and your discernment to make sure that you're not choosing the snake, right? You want to make sure you're choosing the pentacle, the crown, something legit. But we have the World indicating that this is the end of one chapter of your life and the beginning of a new chapter. What is happening, I feel, is you're basically going to be a little bit tested here. And that happens, when you've demonstrated that you've moved away from a habit like this Devil in the reverse. Sometimes, if that's something that, say, took you 5 or 6 months to figure out, they might follow that up with a quick test for you to go through basically the same thing and see how quickly you respond to it. And yes, I'm speaking from experience. And you can demonstrate, oh, no, I know this pattern. I know what this is. That's not for me. And then right after you do that, you reject the thing that you know would just be a loss for you. Then you walk into whatever is successful for you. You just have to be cautious about putting too much pressure on yourself regarding hitting certain milestones or what other people expect from you in terms of success. We'll get a couple of cards from the Gypsy Oracle, and then we'll call it a day. Pleasure Seekers in the reverse. You may need to keep your plans quiet or move in silence, especially around those that you feel would not necessarily support you in your endeavor. We have Sorrow in the reverse. Yeah, don't talk about your plans with people who would enjoy seeing you fail. That's just, life 102. Maybe not in 101 because it's a little bit more elevated. We have Enemy and Journey in the reverse. For some of you, you may have a visit or somebody who would like to visit you. And I feel like you already know that this person is not to be trusted. This could be somebody you've already cut out of your life that is trying to find a way back in. Maybe they're, hey, I just need to, I don't know, sleep on your couch, or hey, could I use your car? There's something here about somebody that wants to get caught up in your energy and screw things up for you. But if you're invited to travel and it doesn't feel right to you, don't do that. Or if someone says they want to travel to you, there's something here about no travel, please. So take that how it resonates. We have foe in the reverse. Yeah, there are people around you that are pretending to be supportive or pretending to be true friends, but I feel like they're kind of waiting for gossip or maybe a little bit jealous. Oh, hello, Miss Christina. Wait, who's putting up messages and deleting them? All right, we got old woman. I feel like there's like a mother figure or an older sister or an aunt, something like that, or an older friend that is pretending to be on your side and they are not. Somebody that would actually like to see you be a little bit more stuck. And I feel like it's because they're jealous. So, whatever this person who might want to travel to you or invite you to travel to them, that you already have a little bit of suspicious like energy around, they are a thief or they want to take something from you. They could potentially just want to distract you or dissuade you from following whatever opportunity this is. We have lover in the reverse and reunion in the reverse. There you go. That answers the journey in the reverse. If somebody's trying to reunite or reconcile with you and it seems like it might be an ex of yours, the answer is nope. I'm only here for that new. Sorry, boo. All right. Couple zodiac cards. What do you think? Aw, thank you. That's sweet. Why'd you delete it? We have you will be more successful telling the truth at all times. So, yeah, I feel like there's a determination for whoever I'm reading for. You want to be able to be more authentic. You want to live in your truth. You want to do things that make you happy, and you should, right? Oh, I know, Christina. I don't know where Mr. Pirate is. It might be that I feel like he was abroad somewhere. So maybe it's a time zone thing. But we have you will receive a check or paper money soon, and you will be more successful telling the truth at all times. So I feel like there could be something, kind of tying these together. Like the the way that you become your most successful self is by not ever feeling like you have to filter. I mean, yeah, you can be polite to people, right? But not having to pretend you aren't who you are. Authenticity is, I think, the underlying message here. Investigate carefully before going into any new undertaking, especially if it's this person. So be careful, especially if there's like a contract or some sort of agreement you want to be, a little bit cautious, right? Thank you, Christina. I'll cheers you to that. Got the OG Dr. Pepper. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to call it. I will probably be back, maybe even immediately with one more reading. And then I think I'll be making myself some dinner. So hopefully I see you there. Bye, guys.